don't know if you can feel it that far.
Oh yeah, it's starting to feel it. Yeah. Oh man, yes. Oh wait. Oh yeah.
What do you know? Cosmo. Cosmo and a couple other corporations led women astray. Yeah, they led women astray. They played upon their emotional desire to be equal to men and led them down a sexual promiscuous path in the name of liberation. Yes, Cosmo. Cosmo, the writers from them came out to regret and said that it was a mistake. They knew it was a lie. Just like uh, Roe versus Wade was built on a lie because even before she died, she came out and regret her decision. So, according to the data, it says that since 1989, that the amount of male virgins that are under 30 has tripled. So 27% of um, men that are 30 or younger have reported to be virgins. And this is at the time where female sexuality and female freedom is at all-time high. So the higher the acceptability of open female nature, sexual nature, the higher virgins. And I shared an article a couple days ago that showed that men that are more educated are actually more likely to be virgins involuntarily. What's going on?
In recent years, dating norms for young adults have changed dramatically. The rise of dating apps and hookup culture has transformed the way people meet and form relationships. However, a new trend has emerged among Gen Z and younger millennials, who are increasingly turning to their friends to find romantic partners. According to a recent survey by the Survey Center on American Life, young adults are more likely than their older counterparts to say they were once friends with their partner before becoming romantically involved. In fact, 44% of those aged 18 to 29 reported being friends with their partner before dating, compared to just 21% of those over age 65. So why are young adults turning to their friends for romance? The potential reasons are complex, but can be attributed to a combination of technological advancements, changing relationship priorities, and societal shifts. One factor that may be driving this trend is the rise of social media. Thanks to platforms like Facebook and Instagram, it's easier than ever to know a lot more people, even if they aren't friends in the traditional sense. For many young adults, this wider web of acquaintances can make it easier to meet potential partners. Juliana Trujillo, a 19-year-old junior at New Mexico State University, explains, "For me personally, a lot of people that I have romantic relationships with, even though I don't know them personally, I know of them. And I know people who know them, and so they aren't technically strangers, but still kind of so." Another factor driving the trend towards dating friends is a desire for trust and accountability in relationships. When you meet a romantic partner through a friend, there's a sense of third-person accountability. If something goes wrong, the friend who introduced you can act as a mediator. As Ariel Cooperberg, an associate professor of sociology at the University of North Carolina Greensboro, explains, dating someone who you meet through a friend gives you that sense of trust. There's kind of this third person that they're accountable to. In addition to trust and accountability, young adults are prioritizing friendships and personal well-being over traditional relationship priorities like financial security. According to Anastasia Pilat, a content marketing manager for market researcher ePulse, Gen Z and younger millennials are seeking something more intangible in their relationships. More and more, what people are looking for in relationships is very, very different, Pilat says. Young people are highly prioritizing friendships in ways that other generations really just depended on their romantic relationships for. Finally, societal shifts brought on by movements like Me Too may be contributing to the trend towards dating friends. As Cooperberg notes, it's become much less acceptable to approach people at work, or even in school, to some extent. There's been an increase in focus on sexual harassment, which is, I think, a good thing, but it's also greatly limited the degree to which people are willing to kind of approach strangers. Overall, the trend towards dating friends among young adults is a complex one that reflects a changing landscape of social norms and priorities. While there are certainly challenges and limitations to this approach, it seems to be working for many young people who are seeking meaningful, fulfilling relationships.
What a surprise! Women use dating apps just to confirm if they are attractive or not. Or is it that women need to reject men in order to feel good? Women go through this weird phase where in their 20s, in their teens, to where they like humiliating and rejecting guys, and it makes them feel good. But simultaneously, the weird thing about that is when men make them feel bad in the same way, they shame men for doing what they do most of their life. And then when they aren't attractive enough to reject anybody, now they're mad at all men for not liking them for being below average physically. That shit is crazy. But you know what? Hey, you gotta let people live the way they want to and give them what they want. They want free choice. They want to do what men do. Well, men get rejected. Just because men are financially successful doesn't entitle them to sex. Just because women are pretty doesn't entitle them to attention. Just because women have good careers does not entitle them to good men. Equality. So 99% of men have access to 5% of wealth and desire a woman that's at least in the top 10 percentile of looks or femininity.